Hey guys, welcome back to the Hustlin Horsepower channel. So we're gonna go. Some of y'all might like it, some of y'all might hate it. But I generally keep it pretty real and I shoot it pretty straight. And there's no publicity stunts on this channel. There's no this, there's no that. It just is what it is. Okay. So I don't want this video to overshadow the fact that War in the Woods is one of my favorite events. It is killer. Jeff Thomas, the promoter there, does an amazing job. Brown County Dragway is a really cool track. There was a lot of people there for being a one-day event at a small little outlaw track. Like, it was freaking cool. And we didn't do overly well, but like, we had a hell of a time. There's a lot of good racing, and one of the coolest things about that track, in my opinion, is they do it that 12 and under are free. So there was a bunch of next generation racers there, and we did our best to make their time there as memorable as possible and enjoyable as possible, and sitting in the car and giving them whatever t-shirts or koozies, whatever we could, to the young kids, to try to make their a lot of them the first time at the racetrack as memorable as possible, because that's gonna be the next generation of the sport that that I love, right? So I definitely don't want this video to overshadow the fact that, like, we had a hell of a time, okay? But we're gonna be done racing for a period of time. I don't know if that's going to be 1 month. I don't know if that's going to be 2 months. I don't know if it's going to be 6 months, okay? But logistically is logistics, right? It's me and Maddie 99% of the time. We don't have a team of 5 that, like, if it costs $1,000, this guy doesn't pitch in $200, the guy pitch in $200, this guy pitch in $200, blah, 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 right? And if we get the money, we split it up 5 ways. It doesn't work that way. It's just me and her. If something like that was different, like, you could stretch it out a little bit farther, because you stretch it out farther, right? But when it's all on us 99.9% of the time, don't get me wrong, there's been a couple people that were like, hey, that 33 is a pretty bad car, like, if you want to come out here, I'll give you whatever, I'll cover the buy-in, and let's do something where I get 30% of the payout if you get in the money, or something like that. And like, cool, like, we're game for that, right? But depending on, like, whatever, right, details, but that's not needed here nor there in that, okay? But for the fact that Altered Intentions is not the homegrown hustler, there's still something to learn off the chassis. I can't be fighting mechanical problems, right? There's part shortages is one thing, and then the biggest issue is I had a lot of good stuff that I was putting together after we lost the Dirty 30. Okay, this was going back a little while. I started getting all the parts together for a really good motor, trick flow block, new billet steel rods, good pistons, this, that, everything else, right? Really good rotating assembly, good cylinder heads, good valve train, all good stuff. Well, I dropped that stuff off at the machine shop like 14 months ago with a down payment, with intentions of putting that in the homegrown hustler end of summer, early fall of last year, okay? So, long story short, that stuff never got touched, okay? So, yeah, that was, that kind of set us back. We went to 2 finals where we had engine problems in the finals, and then we had engine problems in semifinals 2 different times, and $10,000, $25,000 is a whole lot of money when you're independently owned and operated, because your job fired you because you're a YouTube superstar making $50 a month on YouTube. Okay, so that's just is what it is, right? So without the ability to go work 3 overtimes and make up for the lost wages or whatever, right? You just can't go racing in today's economy unless you're very confident in your program. And being confident in your program is not just your tuning ability or this or that. It's durability along with everything else, right? So you got to have your stuff really, really together. And I want to do it so that the people that are supporting us are proud to wear a Hustlin' Horsepower shirt at the racetrack, okay? I want to represent myself to a level that I expect out of myself. I want to represent the companies that help us out, or that support us in any way, shape, or form. I want to represent them well, because, like, I've put a lot into this, and I don't want to shortchange the Hustlin' Horsepower brand, or whatever you want to call it, right? I don't want to shortchange or sell ourselves short to what we are capable of doing. And it really sucks going racing with a handicap, and I just don't want to do that. The money aspect is one thing that is getting a more and more important now with the economy, right? But it is also a personal gratification thing, right? And a personal accountability thing that I really expect more out of ourselves. And I want to make people happy to wear a Hustlin' Horsepower T-shirt and support us at the track, okay? Um, and a lot of you guys that follow us um, know our capabilities, right? And you're still tried and true, but I know you guys would be happier if we were going, 5, 6 rounds and winning races, right? Um, we're not there right now because we lost the homegrown Hustler. That car was a pretty good car that we built, and we did very well with it. Even though we struggled with some engine problems because not having like all the good stuff, we still did very well with that car. Um, we should have done a lot better if we didn't have those problems, right? And we were like close, very close to doing very, very well with that car. Okay, so where does that leave us? That leaves us um, parked and getting busy on the new build. Okay, and when the machine shop, the stuff that I took all from the machine shop last week or whatever, that wasn't touched. Uh, I got my down payment back, and I dropped it off at the other machine shop along with the parts, and they're working on them. So I've assembled all my own motors for the last 10 years or so. So all they have to do is the machine work. Like it's just like it's not that much. Like it is, but it's not. They don't have to assemble the motors and go through that whole process as well. The machine work is one process. Engine assembly is another process. I could do the engine assembly myself. We've done very well. We've made well over 2,000 horsepower doing building my own motors. Okay, and that's plenty to do this stuff. Okay. On top of all that, the payout structure is a payout structure. I'm not totally against it, but I could see some benefit in it. Okay, it's currently like a winner take all payout structure where first and second place generally get paid. Okay, there's generally a split in there, and even though it's a winner take all, it's generally first and second get paid. In doing so, if you make it to third or fourth, you generally get nothing. Okay, and I could definitely see where a third and fourth. Even just get your money back for your buy-in or $500 to like help cover fuel or something like that could really help keep car counts up. And if we could keep car counts up, we could keep the spectator counts up, and we could keep people coming to the racetrack just by making that a little bit more paid out, right? I don't need a $17,000 payout. I'd be really happy with a $10,000 payout, and the guy in second place would be really happy with a $3,500 payout, $5,000 payout, and third and fourth would be really happy with $1,500 or $1,000. That's just the facts of it, right? And additionally, I think a free entry second chance race for the people that lost first round for even $1,000, right? Take $1,000 off of the main pot because all those people that go into the second chance race already bought into the main pot. Take $1,000 out of that and put it in a second chance race, and now you got two small tire classes, right? And the people that are lost first round, they're generally pretty good at what they do. Okay, it just is what it is. The quality of cars that are coming out to these runs are good quality cars, and it's very hard to justify for a lot of people to go spend all that money for like a 1-day event or even a 2-day event or even a 3-day event. Like drag racing's a blue collar sport. People used to be able to work a lot of overtime and stuff like that, and like that stuff's getting cut down. The price of fuel is going up, part shortages are going up, and people have to start racing smarter and smarter to be able to continue to race. Okay, I love this sport. I live for the sport, but logistics are logistics. Okay, I appreciate everyone, all the fans that come out and stuff like that, and I know you guys made a sacrifice to come out and watch your average Joe like us. And whether you came out to see us or whether you came out to see someone else, we all know, or at least I appreciate it. I know that you all made a sacrifice. Whether it was dinner with the in-laws that you had to skip, or if it was like just family dinner, or you didn't go to your kid's soccer game or something like that, right? The kid skipped soccer practice so he could come out to the racetrack. You guys made a sacrifice, just like us racers made a sacrifice to try to go out and put a show on for you. Okay. And I appreciate that more than you know, okay? But logistics are logistics, okay? Like, there's no way that we can sell enough T-shirts, at least right now, because we're not YouTube superstars. We can't sell enough T-shirts, and if we're not have a top tier car, if I'm not 100% confident in my program, like I was with the Homegrown Hustler, we can't go out there and just like spend money recklessly and aimlessly, because we'll be done with this stuff in 6 months. Okay, like we'd be done. It just is what it is. Some people are, everyone's different, right? Like it is what it is. I'm not, this ain't a negative video, this ain't a positive video, it's just a real video. Okay, so I'm gonna get working on the new car, and that car I have intentions of being just as good, if not better, than what the Homegrown Hustler was. And when I get all my good stuff together that I've been working on getting for like a long time, and should have had it together middle of last year, so like we would have been on par with everyone. It just is what it is. Okay, so I'll be doing we'll keep on doing the videos and stuff like that, build videos and some tech videos and a lot of cool stuff. And guys, give me your input on what you want to see and what you want to hear and what you want to know. I'm usually pretty open about a lot of things. There's a couple things on this car that I'm not going to talk about, as far as a couple of things that I'm intricating, whatever it is. Long night. Got back at like 3:30 in the morning. Took a shower after driving 9 hours. So yeah, that I'm putting into this car. Okay, we know people that are from the NASCAR world. We know people from radial racing. We know people from boat racing, and there's a lot of different aspects of motorsports that I study to try to, that we're going to put into this car to try to be as successful as we can. And when we come back out, we're gonna have all of our stuff together, and we're gonna have a car that I feel is competitive with any other car on the field. When I showed up with the Homegrown Hustler, I generally felt we had a top 8 car on the property. Okay, if you have a top 8 car on the property out of a 40-50 car field, or a top 4 car in a 16 car field, your likelihood to do well is up there. Okay, and it's not because we were cherry picking races. We were still racing like all the normal races we do, but I had the confidence in that car. That car was successful enough ever since I pulled it off the chassis table that it was going to do well, and it did do well. And we never found the limits of that car, and that was one of the hardest parts about losing that car, is never finding the limits of it. Okay, so when we come out with the new car, there's gonna be a lot of stuff. You're gonna know it's us. You're gonna know it's Hustlin horsepower. You're gonna know it's here to represent us well. It's here to represent all you well. You're gonna be happy or proud or excited to wear a Hustlin horsepower t-shirt to the track. If there's any companies that want to come on board to help on this new build, we could send you some sneak peeks to what we're doing. We're gonna do our best to represent everyone well, because we simply can't afford to come out there and do it for fun anymore. And I hate that aspect of it, because I love this stuff, right? But we have to come out there with a car that we can swing with the best of them. And are we gonna be able to do it? I think we can. I firmly believe we can. But we have to have our stuff together, and we can't be racing with a handicap. I can't go trying to go swimming a marathon with one arm tied behind my back. We can't do it. The level of competition is up there, and you got to have all your stuff together, and you got to have all your stuff as close of a percentage as you can. The old school cars that I like to do, I have to run those cars pretty dang efficiently to be able to compete with a more conventional car, and that just is what it is. I love the old school stuff, so I'm gonna keep on doing the old school stuff. Okay, and we're gonna come out here and we're gonna try to swing, and we're gonna try to do our best. So guys, you got my word that we're gonna do everything we can to come out with a car that's competitive. I'm gonna have to restructure a couple things. Like, we sold off just about everything to build a Homegrown Hustler and go traveling and stuff like that. But right now, for the next little while, we're not gonna be able to travel, and we're not gonna go to the racetrack, because we're gonna get busy, and we're gonna put our heads down and get to work, and really put everything we can into this new build, and pray and hope that we could come out here and we could swing. It just is what it is. I got a lot of parts for the new build that I can salvage off the old one, and I got a lot of pieces. I just gotta wait until they're ready to be assembled. So guys, I appreciate everyone that likes and subscribes to the channel. I appreciate everyone that supports the journey. I appreciate everyone that shares a post that when I'm looking for parts or looking for this or that, guys, it means a whole lot to me. I genuinely appreciate everyone that makes some type of sacrifice to come out here and support us in any way, shape, or form. So guys, I appreciate it. I'll see you all soon, and we'll be at the track in the next, I don't know, 2 to 6 months or so with the new car, with all of our good stuff, and it should be a pretty exciting time. So guys, Stay tuned to watch the channel and stuff like that, and we'll be back out soon. Thank you.